The person that I get to introduce is rather special to me. And the reason why is because, again, through collaboration, her and I have met. Taquila Cousar is a personal branding coach, 2 times #1 international best-selling author, an entrepreneur, and founder of Intoxicating Brands, LLC, Taquila. Female entrepreneurs and business owners hire her when they are ready to build a compelling personal brand to increase revenue, visibility, and credibility in the marketplace. And she's living this out. I just saw her get back from a mastermind strategy session there in Hawaii. I was a little jealous by that, Bettina, but I mean, Taquila didn't offer to take me to Hawaii. So anyway, as a certified life coach, Taquila works with clients to increase their revenue, visibility, credibility in the marketplace. With over 15 years, she's got over 15 years of business experience and insight. She uncovers hidden gems that you never knew were there and helps you build an online persona that is magnetic. And that's what I can concur with her. She's got a magnetic personality. I can't wait for you guys to hear from her. She's been featured in the Huffington Post, Thrive Global, Shout Out Texas, and many more publications. She is the shot of inspiration that your brain and business craves. You got to get a shot of tequila. Here we are promoting tequila today, huh? And finally, Taquila will give you 5 strategies to unlock the intrinsic values that will help you show up with confidence in your business life. So it is with great pleasure. She's been on our show. She's been on our show a couple times. In fact, she was a keynote speaker at a midnight motivation event that we were hosting. Tremendous speaker, great spirit, great personality. You're going to get a lot from her time with you right now. Put your hands together and welcome our friend Taquila. Welcome, Taquila.
Hey. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that, Mr. King. Okay. But happy birthday, Bettina. I'm going to pass out free shots of tequila today. So we're going to do that on your beautiful day. So I didn't know you were from Ohio, CL. I'm from Dayton. Oh my goodness. I think that's amazing. Yeah. Yes. And, I appreciate the introduction, Bettina. I appreciate the platform. You're such an amazing woman. Today, I'm going to give you some strategies about, really getting your brand to be more magnetic. But I'm going to come at a different way for you to make you stand still, pause, and think. Okay. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, and they called us the farmland, right? Like I was not far from the farm, actually, like 5 miles. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, and my mom would always drive us through this country, is Eaton, Ohio, and we would go and see the llamas. And I really appreciated that because it gave me a moment to really pause and look at the areas that were around us. I grew up in the inner city, so I wasn't used to the farmland. I was more used to all of the noise and all of that stuff. So it gave me a moment to really pause and think about, what was around us. And I think of all of the croppings, right, that farmers have and how that allows us to be filled as people. We get this, we eat, and we get filled. We live off of the crops that are given by farmers. But I want you to think about your business, right? I want you to think about your profession in this sense as if it's as if you are the farmer, right, of your business, right? You are the farmer of your business. One of the biggest things where being the farmer of your business is you have to stop and pause and think about, one, what do I stand for? What do I believe in as a farmer? Right. We have different farmers out there that believe that we have to rise early just to make sure we get the crops, and we want to make sure we collect the crops before they die. Right. There's a season. So I want you to really think about that. As a farmer, what do you stand for? what do you believe in? Because if you're not standing for something or believing in anything, then you're not standing out as a business owner. You're more likely blending in to the crowd and not standing out the noise, right? So I want you to really think about that. Another thing that the farmer, right, has to think about before they really start to plant their crops or whatnot in the field is their time, right? There are so many coaches or professionals that may tell you, hey, you need to go online and you need to post 3 times a day and show up at this event and do all of these things, right? And we look at our calendar and our calendar just doesn't feel good to us. So how are we going to really stand up and be powerful and build this magnetic brand if our calendar doesn't feel right to us? So as a farmer in your business, you have to ask yourself, how do I value my time? How do I value my time? It's crazy because we're going through this season of inflation in our lives right now, right? Gas is like $6 somewhere, right? And as you go to the pump, what you used to put in your gas tank, it just doesn't add up anymore, right? It just doesn't add up. So it just is giving us a clear indication that our dollars are shrinking, right? And we put values in our time, like we put value in our dollars, right? So as a farmer in your business, how do you value your time? Because you just don't want to just throw your time out there and do anything. You want to be intentional with it so that you can maximize the ROI on that. So make sure you're doing that. The next thing I want you to think about when it comes to building your magnetic brand is, how can I begin to create space and boundaries? Okay. Space and boundaries. Boundaries, like we can talk about it all day long, right? We can talk about how people, are in our lives and they are zapping our energy. We can talk about clients that we may have that we are just possibly there for the dollar, and it's not making sense. We can talk about, like I said, events and things that we're doing, or sometimes scrolling on social media where we have not created this boundary to create. Okay, we haven't created space or boundary to create. The space that you have when you're creating, right? That is where we are all creatures of creativity. We were born to create, right? When we were a little biblical, when we were born, God made us in his image. And as we are people, we are creators, right? And we have our way of being on this earth. In order for us to be in this earth, we have to find that time to be in our being in this earth. So creating that space, right? Even if it's like an hour of your time that you're not going to be interrupted because you have a major project to work on, or you want to create videos so you can go out and promote a new product or service, or just promote yourself. How are you taking that time and actually creating that space, right? Block it off. We hear about that all the time. Block off this time. Block it off and protect it. Block it off and protect it. And if I was to bring you to this last thought-provoking question that is going to help you protect your time, energy, and flow as you build your business, as you build your personal brand, I want to ask you, what would an uninterrupted day or an hour of your free time, like an hour that you set aside for yourself, look like, right? Some of you are here as guests. Some of us are here as members. As a member or a guest, you have put this time in your schedule to be here today because you are participating in this summit, and or you are wanting some value, right? In your life, because something in your business isn't working right, or you need more strategy in your business. This is time that you're taking to invest in yourself. But I also want you to look at every single day, if you spent 1 hour of CEO time that was uninterrupted for yourself, how much can you maximize? Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I factor out 5:45 a.m. to 6:45 a.m. of uninterrupted, what I call sales power hour, where I am either just connecting with new friends, finding new people on LinkedIn, or I'm actually pitching people for something I have, right? Or pitching people for, to be on podcasts. I diversify what I do during those times because I know once the day starts getting ahead of me, it gets out of control sometimes. So what you can control it, right? Control that time, that 1 hour that you can just totally be uninterrupted to build your business. We can't build businesses, without really building our personal brand. Our personal brand is going to evolve. It's going to be the thing that outlasts our business. We may change our titles, but we can't change really who we are. We can change who we are, but there are some parts that we won't change. It will always stick with us. Our stories stick with us. Our stories are the makings of who we are. So I hope you receive some value in this message, because the world is opening back up and we are starting to fill our calendars with things that are outside of our home. But I want you to really be intentional as you go out here and build your business and making sure you're being perceived as the magnetic brand you are. So thank you so much for your time.
Well, that was phenomenal. That, again, one thing that I will say, Taquila, is, of course, that was a shot at tequila. If you like to get a whole bottle, I'm teasing. How can people connect with you, Taquila, and how can they continue on this discussion with you?
Yes, you can find me on LinkedIn. I like to say Google me, right? If you Google me, you will find me. And that's the best way to contact me because I'm on different platforms. But yes, connect with me, especially if you're really, truly wanting to stay grounded to who you are and build a business where you're chillpreneur instead of the hustle. You want to flow in your business, not the hustle.
Right. And I like one thing that you said, and I'm probably going to just steal that and apply it to my life. You demonstrated that there's a segment of your life, a portion of your day that's very intentional, that you use that portion of the day to get those things done that, once the sun really gets up, all these other things are going to take precedent. And so, man, being intentional about building your brand is important. And if it's if it's an hour, if it's 30 minutes, if it's 15, but just being intentional about that time is important. That was wonderful. And we really appreciate you.